guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Archituber. So, have you ever wondered how architecture came into existence? Here I am starting a new series called History of Architecture. In this part 1, I am going to be discussing about prehistoric times. So let's get going back to the prehistoric times and see how architecture has evolved from prehistoric to the modern times. Okay, each era has contributed in some or the other ways. So let's learn the basic architecture and how it evolved from time.
The oldest era of the time, known as prehistoric, and it was coined by one of the French scholars. The longest era, Homo sapiens, the invention of architecture happened in this old era. Prehistoric era, also known as Stone Age era. It is the earliest known architecture in human history, dated around 40,000 BC to 7,000 BC in Upper Paleolithic era. Let's learn about the prehistoric timeline. The first one and the oldest one being Paleolithic, which is also known as Stone Age era. Second being Mesolithic. Mesolithic era, also known as Middle Stone Age, and the third one being Neolithic. It is also known as New Stone Age era. Let's learn how Homo sapiens developed in early culture. People were nomadic, then they invented shelter and started living in a cave. Then group of people started living together and settlements invented near the caves. Then they started hunting for food and started farming and cultivation, invented new tools for farming, hunting and carving the walls. Then they started formation of different societies and religious and communal spaces happened. Now let's learn how architectural timeline and how architecture evolved from prehistoric time to the modern century. After prehistoric periods, Indians started different civilizations and started developing settlements, whereas in Near East also started developing. Then Egyptian architecture happened. After that, Egyptian, Greek, Roman and early Christian settlements happened. Byzantine, Islamic, Roman started developing. Also Gothic, Renaissance and Revival period happened in that era, and then the modern architecture took place. And here we are in the modern era. Also we are going to be learning about each and every timeline as mentioned in this PPT, so stay tuned for that. Let's learn prehistoric timeline. It consists of 3 different ages: Stone Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age. In today's video, we are going to be learning about the Stone Age, that is Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic. Let's start. Factors which affected architecture: geography, location, climate of the place, geology, religion and social and political aspect and history of the place. Principles of architecture: to shape the form of dwelling and settlements, fundamental needs, available construction and material at that time and the technology used in that era was important. Stone Age, the oldest era. The Paleolithic era, also known as Old Stone Age era. This era invented primitive stone tools. This era was around 2.6 years ago. There are 5 different types of structure that were used in that era. One being cave, hut, Moldova, mezirich and pit houses. Most of the houses and structures were made of wood, stones, skin and bones of the prey. Phase 2 of the Stone Age, also known as Middle Stone Age era. People became nomadic with new mobility because of the end of an ice age. Considering the architectural development, timber and more similar materials used for construction of dwellings after the skins and bones and mammoth, villages plan in symmetry rather than placing the hut organically. Houses aligned in a row, more rectangular planning done. Settlements begin around water bodies. Houses were more durable as compared to the Paleolithic era, as in this phase they used more of stones and timber for the construction. 2 types of Mesolithic Stone Age houses are, one being the hut and the second being the pit houses. Huts mainly comprises of bamboo and the plan is trapezoidal. Huts facing water bodies and lime plaster floors, post reinforced with stones, whereas pit houses, shallow pit about 6 meter to 9 meter and 25 meter wide, roof made up of timber and stone huts as slabs. Neolithic means New Stone Age between 10,000 to 900 BC. People were great builders in this era. Many changes took place considering the construction. They started working with mud brick to construct the houses and villages. Development of food, farming, and agriculture led to settling down. The dwellings became more sustainable. There are different types of structures that happened in this era. First one being long houses and the second being dry stone houses. Let's learn in brief. First one being long houses. A long and narrow dwelling made up of split logs, doob and wattle, thatch roof. The basic size of the structure was about 5.5 to 7 meter wide and around 20 meter to 45 meter in length. They were solid and massive. Oak posts were used in the construction. Second one being dry stone houses. Stone built houses with 3 meter thick cavity walls, inner and outer caves made up of dry stones, interior covered with domestic refuse, rectangular plan with circular corners, thatch roofed with a smoke hole at the top positioned over a central hearth. The Stone Age era developed three types of main buildings such as funerary buildings, religious buildings and ritual buildings. There are three different main characteristics of the civilization of prehistoric era. First one being building type, the second one being building material, the third one being principles of architectural organization. Then after Neolithic period settlements led to building of the monumental architecture. There are two types of structures, one being collective tomb and the second one being menhir. Collective tombs has two types, passage graves and gallery graves, whereas menhir also has two types, dolmens and hinges. For the passage graves, a long passage leads to the chamber deep inside. Entrance passage 1 meter wide and 1.5 meter high, smooth walls built with rectangular blocks and 3 cells at sides of the chamber and cobbled roof. Gallery graves, 23 meter long chamber divided into 12 sections covered with rectangular mound, hinges, open air ritual structure, plan comprised of concentric circles, an altar located in the center surrounded by 5 trilithon pairs of stones, example a Stonehenge. Dolmens, 2 or more stones supporting the top stone and burial feature. Case study Stonehenge in England 3100 to 200 BC. It is Neolithic architecture, which also means it was in New Stone Age era. It is a post and lintel construction. Megaliths are 21 to 24 feet tall, including the height of the lintel, and buried 4 feet in the ground. Its chrome ledge, solar and lunar orientation. Stones were dragged far from the site. Circles of megaliths embrace structures enclosing it. Functions of Stone Age: cremation, astrological observatory, solar calendar, and a sacred site.
And I shall be back with the part 2 of this series of history of architecture. Please stay tuned for the part 2, and I hope you like the part 1. Please stay tuned, and if you have any suggestions, please do let me know in the comments below. Please like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my channel below. Thank you for watching. Bye.